Alright guys, before this episode starts, we have a couple little announcements.
In 2 weeks, we're going to be drawing another patron to come hang out with us on the boat. So if you guys haven't signed up yet, go to patreon.com/sailingdoodles and sign up.
Yep, or you can just go to sailingdoodles.com, which links directly to that page, a little easier. Become a patron within the next 2 weeks and you can win a chance to come join us on the boat.
We want to hang out with you.
Yeah, we're at about 130 patrons as of right now. We decided once we get to 200 patrons, so it's not too much further, she will shave the mustache.
I get to snip it off.
Shave the
I get
mustache.
to snip it off.
Shave the
I get
mustache.
to snip it off.
Shave the
I get
mustache.
to snip it off.
It's an incentive. Maybe you get to join us on the boat and you get to help Megan shave off my mustache. And don't forget to come see us at the Caribbean International Boat Show, March 17th through the 19th down in Fajardo, Puerto Rico. The dogs like swimming and beach time just as much as us humans do, so we loaded them up and took them into the beach there at Honeymoon Beach. They're really good natural swimmers, but they also like to cuddle just as much as they like to swim, as you can see here. Although sometimes their desire to cuddle can be just a bit overwhelming. They are about 90 pounds apiece after all. Although on the beach, they're never short of attention and always find somebody that wants to cuddle them. We wanted to get some snorkeling in that afternoon, but I only had 2 sets of snorkel gear on the boat. So we loaded up the dinghy and headed into Charlotte Amalie to pick up another set of snorkel gear. How do you like riding in the dinghy?
It's fun.
It's actually so much
When
fun.
I don't feel like I'm better fly out. And,
Right.
It's like being on a
lost
roller
forever.
coaster, but without all the safety harnesses. So, you know, depends on whether or not you like the safety harness.
Alright, so here we are in downtown St. Thomas. So it's one of those places you really should lock up your dinghy. Just want to show you how I do that. So I've got this 15 or 20 foot long braided steel cable that's got like plastic coating on it. Got it from Home Depot, whatever, it's 20 bucks. So I hook it around the motor there, all the way through the gas tank, all the way up front, under to the ring under here, and then I just got a bike lock right there, and you chain it to that. And no one's stolen anything yet, so I think it works.
Thanks, it does.
There you go. With the extra snorkel gear purchased, it was time to get in the water. There were a few coral heads and a very small reef right there off at Druitt Bay, so we decided to give that a shot. So far we haven't had much luck when snorkeling trying to find sea creatures and fish. Pretty much this time all we saw was a bunch of sea urchins. I'm not sure the sea urchin liked this, but it sure made for a pretty cool video in my opinion. It's pretty amazing how fast the sea will reclaim stuff. This is an old wrecked boat that you can see the fish are making their new home. The next day we decided to head over to Great St. James Island and Christmas Cove. I had heard it was a pretty good anchorage there. You can see here that Maverick was really enjoying the sail. Almost like sticking his head out a car window. One of the cool things about Christmas Cove is that is where the boat Pie is moored. You can either call him on the radio or dinghy right up to him and order a fresh made-to-order pizza. Hey, this is pretty cool. Hey guys.
the dog's like, what?
Yeah. It really was a nice treat getting a tasty pizza to bring back to the boat. There wasn't really much of a sandy beach there to speak of, and most of the island is private, so you're technically not allowed to go above the high tide mark. Halfway through the trip, how you liking it so far?
Not too shabby.
I'm pretty comfortable with it.
Goose is pretty comfortable with it. I like dogs.
Well, they've seemed to taken a liking to y'all, so.
Yeah, they seem to be pretty become cool now, so.
Yeah, I think clingy is a better word.
They're quite clingy, yeah, so.
Yes.
Also, we've made them attached.
This one
so.
likes to be carried.
I could do this. This is an alright lifestyle, I think.
Yeah, it's not too bad. You get to go where you want.
I've heard
do
of
whatever
worse.
you want.
All right, we are walking to the vet's office to get their travel papers so we can go home in about a week. We're gonna go home for the first time in 4 months for a couple weeks. I'm really looking forward to it. Go ahead, guys. Well, this has turned into quite the trek uphill. Who knew the Virgin Islands were so mountainous? Ah, we still have a way to go. Come on, boys, go. The folks at Imperial Animal Hospital saw me on short notice and were really friendly. All right, so we just got checked out by the vet. The vet gave them a health certificate. They say they're just fine and all. Maybe need to get their teeth cleaned, but they're okay. It was a nice long walk today, but it's good information. The vet was kind of cool. He started out sailing and cruising, left Maine, came down here as an English fellow, and made it as far as St. Thomas and decided to set up shop. So, pretty cool guy. He did give me some advice. He said just be careful of ticks and all that because there's some strange diseases down here for dogs. And come on, boys. And also he said that all the little islands, they're their own little separate countries, right? So you have to get a health certificate for each one. Or what he said do is get a health certificate for one on down the line. And when you pull in to say Antigua or something like that, you're pulling in to have some work done on your boat. And then stay as long as you need, whatever. Otherwise, he says it's generally not a problem going from island to island. It's just the matter of the unofficial fees you have to pay when you check in. So, anyway, food for thought. It was pretty hot in St. Thomas that day, and we heard they had an ice bar, so we decided to cool off and check it out. Never thought you'd be wearing one of these in the Caribbean, did you?
No, this isn't what I pictured to be my attire.
It really was shocking how cold it was in there. After spending the last 4 months in 70 to 80 degree weather, being at well below freezing was definitely chilly. There was lots of neat sculptures and ice thrones to look at. They had some good music playing in there. And there was even a pretty nice bar there at the end. We were the only people in there at the time, but imagine if you got a nice big crowd in there, it could probably be a lot of fun. One of the best features is that included with your price of entry is free shots. Freezing our butts off in St. Thomas.
Yes.
We'll have it at Sailing Doodles.
Best place to do it.
That was good. That was really smooth. They even had an ice luge when you were leaving, although they could have lengthened it just a little bit. That's our old friends on SV Vagabond. We heard they were in the area, so we decided to meet up with them at Druiff Bay and have some fun. I think we're about to be attacked by a pirate ship. Good job, my dogs repelled the boarders and ran the pirates off. So that's the benefit of having dogs on board is anti-pirate devices. That was Blackbeard's revenge, I believe. Once we had the anchor set, we loaded up the dinghy to head over to hang out on SV Vagabond.
Oh, look at him!
The puppy dogs were definitely happy to see him. It's always a good time hanging out with those guys, and they've actually got their own YouTube channel too. I'll put a link in the show notes down below. We did have a casualty though when the flamingo tried to make a break for it. Penny went swimming after it, but I think she ended up needing saving herself. Luckily, there was another cruiser going by in his dinghy and gave them both a lift back to the boat.
Yeah. Thank you.
About it.
Woo!
I mean, if I had hands, I'd be clapping.
Ouch!
Yeah, that was alright though.
I don't think I quite completed my rotations on that dive there.
That was close. You won. Your shirt's getting a little wet.
So after hanging out on the boat a little bit, we decided to head into shore and get some beach time and hang out at Dingy's Beach Bar. Definitely need to go there if you're in the area.
You gotta stand up eventually.
Sorry guys,
There you go.
there weren't any wardrobe malfunctions.
Go, man. You ready for a beer?
Maverick was even getting hit on at the bar, but I don't think he was too interested. I can't think of too many better places to watch the sunset and have a couple drinks with friends. So how is it doing your own hand washing?
Interesting. I don't think anything's actually clean.
No.
I gave it a shot.
Yeah.
First attempts and all.
Boys helped, I see.
Oh yes, very much. They got in the way very adequately.
Yeah. Not much wind out here, but we're left St. Thomas heading to Vieques. There's apparently a really cool bioluminescent bay there, so we're headed that way. You can spend the night there and then on to Fajardo the next day to, well, the girls are going home, I'm going home. We're all gonna go home for a couple weeks. So kind of looking forward to that. Haven't been home since October. All right, so what about it has been unexpected?
Unexpected. Oh, that's a hard one. I don't really know what to expect in the first place. I wasn't expecting to run into so many other sailors. For some reason, I was imagining lots of, you know, retired people and old people and stuff like that, but there's been a lot of, like, young sailors, like, doing the same thing and just living life on the ocean kind of thing.
Yeah? All right, so what have you not liked about the trip so far?
Everything's covered in dog hair.
Yeah?
The toilet's grown on me, I've gotten used to it. Those things, like, I mean, the dog hair's worth it.
Yeah. Aren't you Goose? Goose, you worth it?
I'm sure he thinks so.
Yeah. Maverick thinks he's worth it for sure.
I really like the sailing part. After the first 3 hours of getting kind of seasick, like, the sailing's really fun. It's really peaceful and you just kind of sit back and relax. Yeah, I really like the new places, the islands and all that. It's all pretty amazing, to be honest.
Okay. So what about you? What have you what's your least favorite part?
My least favorite part would definitely be the first day.
Yeah, the seasickness.
I got very, very seasick. That was not fun. That's about the only part I haven't enjoyed though.
Okay. What's your favorite part?
These two,
Oh yeah.
obviously.
Vieques is a fairly large island off the east coast of Puerto Rico, and it has that really gorgeous bioluminescent bay. Unfortunately, that just doesn't come across in the camera though, so we didn't get much footage of it. The next day we made it back to Fajardo, Puerto Rico, and the girls helped me prep the boat for leaving it for a couple weeks. Well, hey, thank you, Al and Footy, for having us over to your boat. I mean, it's great. So he follows us on YouTube and all that, and he helped us get into the boat, to the marina here and everything, and he's been super friendly, helping us out. He's going to give us rides to the airport to go home, so Thank you so much, guys.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
And you have a lovely boat and dogs and everything. So
Thank you.
Thank you.
We truly enjoy it. We're having a great time.
All right, guys. Yeah, and he's giving us pizza.
And we got pizza.
Yeah.
And
Greatly
Pepsi.
appreciated.
Yeah.
Follow my bush program.
Yeah. We got to do that in a second. We'll get a cocktail in a minute. Al is famous for his bushwhackers. I think it's pretty much all alcohol.
The good thing about this is that by tomorrow you will have no hangover.
Oh, right. Yeah, sure.
You can go drink a sail.
All right. To the mojito, the boat. To Al and Puri, and to the bushwhacker.
Absolutely.
Salute. Well, the next day it was time for the girls to say their goodbyes to the dogs and get ready to go home back to Australia. I gotta say, I really was impressed by how light they packed for the trip. And I can't thank Albert and Purdy enough for driving us all around. It saved us hundreds of dollars in taxis or car rentals. All right, guys. Thanks for coming out. I'm sure. We are all loaded up and ready to go, just waiting on the trolley to come pick us up and take us to Alberto. He's gonna give me a ride to the airport. Man, I can't tell you how just nice all these, the Puerto Rican people are just so friendly. And it's such a beautiful place. I don't know why people don't come down here more. It really is. Just really friendly people and a beautiful place, it is. Hey, you guys going for a car ride? Yeah. I haven't been for a car ride in a long time. Thank you so much, guys, for all the help and everything. And I'll be in touch with you shortly.
All right, it was our pleasure. We look forward to see you again soon.
Yeah. Thank you so much. All right. I was glad to see that the dogs made it to the airplane and were sitting in the shade waiting to be loaded. It was a pretty smooth flight on American Airlines. Although we did have some issues with the dogs in the beginning, I felt like I was a little overcharged. But in the end, they've made it right and are letting the dogs fly back to the boat for free. So I want to thank them for making it right. The dog made it back safe and sound, and we're pretty excited to see their grandparents after 4 months. Hey, buddy. Oh, yeah. Yeah. My parents have the boy's half-brother, Jack. They were all pretty excited to see each other, too. And then, of course, the next day, it was Megan reuniting with her boyfriend, Goose. So please click like and subscribe, and for your chance to join us on the boat, please visit sailingdoodles.com. You get one chance for every $1 you pledge. We hope to see you down here.